Got
Fucking
him.
Greg.
King Craig. All right. This is the week. What is it? Week 11 results or
Yeah.
predictions.
Yeah.
So week 11 results and week 12 predictions of the Huge Sack podcast. I don't know. What do you guys think about the NFL this week? I thought
Lots of weird results.
I thought so as well. Yeah. I thought there was a lot of close games. I mean, there was some good games, but just a lot of weird, like the end of the Jets Patriots game. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, just weird shit happening this week.
Before. Yeah.
What, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, going into that 3-3. Yikes.
That was literally the most boring game ever.
Yeah. I'll get into it later.
All right. Let's just jump right in. Let's talk about our own personal teams. For this last week, we kind of dove into Luke's already, so let's start with Luke's. Get his out of the way because we kind of already talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about the Packers a little bit last week just because we kind of did the podcast a little late. But I don't know, the Packers, this is a really bad year for them. They had momentum. It seemed like everything was clicking from the week before, and then they lose to the Titans. And I don't know. I know I threw the towel in on them, and I tried hoping for them last week, but I think I'm still throwing in the towel for them. The only good thing is that it seems like Aaron Rodgers is starting to have like a rapport with Christian Watson. Granted, who the hell knows if Rodgers is going to play next year, but I don't know. It's a disappointing year overall for the Packers.
I agree with that. Lance, you want to talk about your Broncos?
Yeah, I suppose I could. Well, they started off the game good. They had a good first drive, drove all the way down. Latavius Murray gets the opening touchdown, and then same old that I've been dealing with all year. Just field goal after field goal. Raiders get a comeback, which is kind of odd because I think the Raiders are used to blowing leads, not getting them back this year. But it's a divisional game, tough game. But and then they lose into overtime, and Devontae Adams is wide open for a touchdown. Cooks the second-year All-Pro corner Patrick Surtain, and yeah, just got beat by the Raiders. And another same with Luke. Disappointing season overall for the Broncos. I don't know how much left Hackett has if they're going to let him finish the season, but if he gets canned after this week, I wouldn't be too surprised.
How long has he been there?
This is his first year.
Really?
Yeah.
You think most of it's coaching?
No. I think it's 50-50. Coaching and Russ, they're the problems.
And I suppose you hang on to the contract that you gave him already, huh?
Yep.
You're stuck with it. Okay.
Yep, we're stuck with Russ, which hopefully he turns it around for next year. But as far as this year goes, it's just sad.
Yeah.
I did see that the Broncos parted ways with Melvin Gordon.
Thank God. Yeah, that needed to happen a long time ago. Guy kid just keeps fumbling in big moments, and he fumbled right on the goal line. They were going to get a touchdown. That would have completely changed the game, but yeah, no, good riddance to Melvin Gordon.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Vikings.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah,
Yep.
I get to be depressed this week too, huh?
Yeah.
So okay, let me just throw out my elaboration of this, okay? Now, this might sound like a hopeful Vikings fan or a whatever. I don't really care. This is just my thoughts towards this. First opinion, we've been scoring on like every first drive of every game this season, and it's kind of been setting a tone for the game in general. I mean, even against the Eagles, we did when we got shut out by them. But Kirk fumbled on that first play, right? And oof, it just is like, So anyway, so I mean, from the start, you could tell that there was way too much pressure on the quarterback on Kirk. I think we had a couple guards out. So obviously we were kind of shorthanded in our offensive line for a little bit of the game. Our defense couldn't do shit. They weren't getting any pressure. They were getting tired. I don't even know what to say about it. It was just disgusting. It didn't feel like anything that I've been seeing all season. But one thing I will say about this, man, is that I'm seeing a lot of shit on like ESPN, other stations, articles that are just like they're like, oh well, it, if you were thinking that they were Super Bowl contenders, like you better reconsider. They are still Super Bowl contenders. They lost the game. People lose games. It was a bad week. It's a bad start. Everybody was getting pissed. I mean, the third quarter, they everybody was just mad. It wasn't even like they were trying to win. They were just trying to disagree with the refs and be pissed off. It was really frustrating to watch, but start to finish, this game wasn't good for them. I don't think that this is actually the Vikings. I I really pray that this isn't the Vikings. But
I think it was what me and Luke talked about in our picks, or what Luke talked about in his pick last week. It might have been a hangover from the Buffalo game.
I think that Coach O'Connell said that in a press conference. He said the same thing. He was like, it was on me. I think that I was just a little too easy on him after the win last week.
So what you're telling me is Coach O'Connell is listening to the Huge Sack podcast and is copying me?
Yeah, I guess. No, but like, dude, dead ass. I, I, I think I even said it in last week's. I was like, this is typical Vikings. They go and win a huge game, and then they pack their home stadium and fucking lay an egg.
I think we can run back the tape. I believe you said this feels like a different Vikings team this year.
It does.
No, he did, but he did say that last week too, Lance, where it's that you thought they would win, but at the same time you wouldn't be surprised if, for the reasons that I had brought up, that they pack the stadium and then just go to shit.
Yeah.
Also, back up a second. Didn't I say that the Cowboys could blow out the Vikings, and you both said that it was going to be a close game?
Yeah. I
think
thought it was going to be close.
I think I said it would be closer, but I did say like definitely upper 20s or 30s. I thought for the score,
Right.
which was
Right.
close-ish.
I don't know,
One team
man.
got there.
I'm feeling like this is. I mean, everybody essentially. Paul Allen on the radio was basically like in the third quarter. He was like, "What? So what do you think Coach Belichick does to this film when he's scouting the Vikings for next week?" And they literally were both like, "Burn it." Like, there's no fucking shot he's gonna look at this as even. I mean, how do you? Nothing is shown. It was like they weren't. It literally felt like they didn't play. Anyway.
Well, I mean, it's just welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah, I get to be
Yep.
depressed. Hey, man. There's gonna be a year, man, where it's gonna be fun as fuck. It's literally gonna be Green Bay and Minnesota in competition, in aggressive competition for the NFC North, and the Broncos are gonna be rolling through the AFC. It's gonna happen.
Not while Russ is there.
but it'll happen someday. Okay. Anyway, do you guys want to go to highs and lows? Let's do highs and lows. I'm gonna swing it over to Luke right off the rip.
My my high this week is going to be the Cowboys, just because they realistically they took an embarrassing loss to the Packers the week before, and they turned it around and honestly stomped probably one of the top team in the NFL right now, and they just stomped on your Vikings, Phil, and that was a hell of a game by them. They got Ezekiel Elliott back. He put in some work, and then
That's
Tony
another
Pollard.
thing. Let's talk about that for a second. Zeke was getting like 5 yards past the line of scrimmage before he was getting touched.
Well, and then they have Tony Pollard as well, who he's coming into elite status on his own. So I mean, I don't know if that's
Did he
putting
get 2 or 3?
I think Tony got 2, and Zeke also got 2. But
Yeah,
Tony
they both
got
got 2.
more of the rushing yards. But he's coming into elite status on his own, which I guess I don't know what that necessarily means for Zeke. But I mean, they had a hell of a game, and I know you don't like it, Phil, but I gotta say I'm happy to see a team actually play all the way through and not really let up. I didn't get to see the game. I don't remember what I was doing, but I don't.
After the third quarter, anyway. They switched to the Bengals game.
Yep.
I heard about that, but it's like I'm sure they pulled their starters at some point, but it's they only allowed 3 points. That Cowboys defense is there's something to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and like I it's hard for me to not sit here and be like, well, but I mean, you're right. It just was bad. I mean, it's history now, but
I
they
mean,
smoked the Vikings.
yeah, realistic. The Vikings did. They just played horribly, but the Cowboys did play really well against a team playing horribly. So you can't take it away from the Cowboys either. They did play well.
Say, I will say, our secondary was injured. I understand that you got running backs, right? That were
Yep.
shredding it up, but you got to think that a little bit of that might be a defensive scheme because you're weak in an area. Maybe you pull back your linebackers, kind of play a weird zone instead, and now you're not getting to blitz as much and stuff like that, right? I think that there are a couple injuries on the Vikings defense and offense that did cause a few hiccups, but not a 37-point game. No.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Luke, too, that I mean it would have been one thing if it was like 17-3 or like 20-3 and both teams just didn't look good. But yeah, the Cowboys cooked them. So Dallas is definitely showing like they're flexing their muscles on this one, and they're like, "Hey, we're here and we're not going anywhere."
Yep. So I'm gonna jump into my low, which was the Panthers this week. They, I know they're probably other than Houston, they're probably considered one of the worst teams in the NFL. But since getting rid of Christian McCaffrey, they seem to have started to turn it around with Devontae Foreman and Chuba Hubbard a little bit. Like those running backs seem to be doing a hell of a job, but this past week they only put up 3 points. So no touchdowns at all. And I was disappointed because I was really hoping Devontae Foreman would actually do something so then I could have beat Phil in fantasy. But
Did I
unfortunately,
beat you? Did I beat you?
You beat me.
I beat you. Let's go, dude. I didn't even look. Last time I checked, I had like a 25% chance of winning, and I was like, oh, no, it's over.
No, both of our teams did pretty shitty to begin with, but you did beat me by like 2 points, I think. But
With one of my running backs getting negative points.
yep. I don't know. They only put up 3 points, but um, I will say this is kind of like a mid-level low, just because they did only allow the Ravens, which is a pretty high-scoring offense, to
Yeah.
only 13 points. So maybe their defense is starting to figure something out, or maybe the Ravens were just not going as hard as they should have. I don't know what happened there, but that seems like that was a pretty boring game as well.
Not
But
not a good look for Baker too, because he finally got another start and only putting up 3 points. That's
Yeah, sad,
not
right?
what you want to do.
He got benched.
Yeah, Darnold's playing this week.
yep. So I mean that's what I have for my highs and lows there.
Oh yeah, dude. Lance, you wanna talk about your highs and lows here?
Yeah. For my high, we're gonna head down to what happened in Mexico City. This Niners offense is starting to heat up, and damn, they look good. Just weapons all over the place. Handed it off to Debo and runs like a 40-yard touchdown. Brandon Ayuk gets 2 touchdowns. Kittle gets 2 touchdowns, and I mean McCaffrey running all over the field. They finally got Elijah Mitchell. This the Niners are starting to really cook up as a juggernaut, and they are not a team that I want to be seeing soon.
I'm with you, dude. They are very good. they are probably, if I'm being honest with you, I feel more threatened by them as a Vikings fan than Philly.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I know it was just the Cardinals that they stomped, but the same thing that we just got done talking about the Cowboys, they didn't let their foot off the pedal. They just kept pushing and pushing, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. You got a low there?
Yes, I do have a low. The New York Jets, which sadly it was one of my picks from last week that didn't work out. Uh this was just a freaking boring game. Jets and Patriots 3-3.
Yep.
Tiebreaker was broke by a punt return with 20 seconds left. But I mean, I get it that Bill Belichick is one of the great masterminds of the league, but I mean, 3 points, and then you have Zach Wilson standing on the podium after the game saying he doesn't blame himself for the loss. I mean, grow up, dude. This,
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah, this, it's starting to look like the typical Jets again. Hopefully they can turn it around, but if Zach Wilson is having that attitude, we're probably going to be seeing Joe Flacco here pretty soon.
Do you think we're going to get another butt fumble if we're getting back to the typical Jet?
Oh yeah, I could see that happening.
I would love to see that happen.
Speaking of, I saw it on Instagram today. Happy anniversary to the butt fumble.
Was it really?
I guess so.
Dude, I love, one of my favorite is when ESPN, they all post a picture of Michael Scott from The Office, and they say, on this day, Michael Scott was hit with a personal flagrant. Do you know what I'm talking about, Lance?
I don't think so.
You don't watch The Office?
Yeah, I don't know the meme that you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
What?
Let's get into. No, let's. I think we're good. Let's get into your
I
high.
think we're good.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about me high first. I'm gonna pick the Falcons as my high. Guys, if I'm being real with you, I don't think that this Falcons team is that much of like they're not really a joke. I think that they're pretty good, and I understand that they just lost to the Panthers, but the Bears were looking hot, man.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats to Cordero Patterson breaking the record for kick return touchdowns.
Absolutely. Like they got a lot going for them right now. I know it's on the back of like essentially 3 people, but I mean it's kind of working. They got a real good shot of pushing towards playoffs, don't they?
Oh yeah, I think they can pass Tampa.
I feel like I feel like they're just on a good track right now, and I'm kind of pulling for them for some reason. I don't know, man. I just got them up there as my high. I was pretty excited to see that they beat the Bears, who are playing really good in the past couple weeks here. They've been putting up 33, 32 points a game. So,
Yep.
and then I'd say my low, I mean, we all know what my low is, but I'm not going to go with them. And I swear to you, I'm not throwing shade at Luke, but I am going to pick the Packers as a low. I really felt like they had a win under their belt that was gonna. This is what a Vikings fan sees the Packers as. That win to me generally would make this Packers team win out and then they're in the playoffs. Something like that happens and then they win out and they're in the playoffs. It just like happens. So to me, that loss was kind of I was a little shocked. I thought the Packers could put it together.
I wish they could.
What's that?
I wish they could.
Yeah. I guess that's my
Yeah.
opinion on that. I have them as my low just because I think that was kind of the last nail in the coffin for them.
Yeah, that was.
I
So,
agree.
all right. You guys good with highs and lows?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think we're good.
This is a weird ass week for me. I'm not excited about it because my Vikings suck dick. But anyway, we're gonna keep grinding through it. All right, let's do our picks for this week. Lance, you want to hit us with the scores?
Yep. Now there's 2 new leaders. Phil and Luke are tied at the top with 92 each, and I'm one behind at 91.
You're close. All right. Kind of surprised it's this close.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
pretty tight.
I keep taking chances, and I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, you'd probably be fine if you didn't.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
I took a few chances, and that's how I got out of third.
I think
Yeah,
I
that's
took a
true.
couple chances too there, and I was pretty.
Oh, yeah, this past week, the only ones you lost, Phil, were the ones that we all picked.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Well, except Luke
Pick the
picked against
Cowboys.
us on a few. Cowboys and Raiders.
Oh yep, that's right.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, let's jump into the Week 12 predictions. We're just gonna start it right off with the Thursday night game. Actually, I think we have 3 Thursday night games this week.
Yep.
Nope, not Thursday night games. It's just a whole day of football. It's
Whole
Thanksgiving.
day of football.
Hell yeah, dude. Right off the rip at noon, we got Bills and Lions. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. They bounced back last week, and the Lions did win last week, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Bills got it.
Yeah, the win streak stops on Thursday, Buffalo. Lions win streak.
Yep. Luke, we can't hear you.
I'm thinking here.
Oh, okay.
It's the second week in a row the Bills are playing in Detroit, but now they are not going to be considered the home team.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna go risky. I think I'm gonna try the Lions this week.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. All right. We got the Giants and the Cowboys. Guys, I have to say the Cowboys on this one.
I think I'm gonna go Cowboys too. The Giants are pretty disappointing this last week.
Dallas as well.
It would not be Thanksgiving without a Cowboys loss. Give me the Giants.
You like
Cowboys
that
always,
Giants team a lot, don't you?
but the Cowboys just always seem to disappoint on Thanksgiving year after year. So I have to. I have to pick the Giants.
Yeah. Guys, Patriots, Vikings. Now, guys, this is my birthday. It's literally my birthday.
Yeah.
You have to pick the Vikings. I'm picking the Vikings because I believe they're going to win.
All right. How about we make a deal?
Okay.
Because I don't want to. If we all pick the Vikings, but the Patriots win, Lance and I get a point.
Lanson, you both get a point?
I think that's fair.
What? No, you fucking pick the Patriots. I'm picking the Vikings. I'll take a fucking 1-game lead.
Just
What are you
because-
doing, Luke?
Just because it's for Phil's birthday, I'll say the Vikings.
No, because he's a pussy and he doesn't want to lose the lead now.
And I'm honestly I've been kicking this around all week. Cause does Belichick look at the Dallas tape and see what he can do to that offensive line and Kirk Cousins? But then I'm still torn that I don't see the Vikings losing 2 home games in a row.
You, brother.
Cause it's Phil's birthday, I'll say the Vikings.
Thank you, guys.
Happy fucking birthday.
All right. Texans, Dolphins. The Fins, man.
Dolphins all the way.
Yep, Dolphins.
All right, now this one's a little shaky, I feel. Bengals, Titans. I don't know what to do on this one, guys.
I had Bengals written down, but I think I'm gonna change it. I think I'm gonna go 10. I'm gonna go Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with the Titans. It's in Tennessee.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Titans as well.
Wow. I'm surprised that we all are just on board with the Titans.
That's a tough team to play.
It is. I feel like they're just gonna have some. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Broncos, Panthers. Now,
This is the last time this year that I'm picking the Broncos.
if they lose it, I'm with you. I'm gonna pick the
No,
Broncos.
no, even if they win, I guess they got the Rams later, but no, this is the last time I'm picking the Broncos.
I'm gonna pick. Well, god damn, do I have to? I'll pick the Broncos as well.
I think I'm going with the Panthers.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I just. Anyway, Bears, Jets. I think the Jets could bounce back from this one. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Nope. Give me the Bears.
I was gonna go Bears as well.
Why do you think the Jets suck now, guys?
I don't think the Jets necessarily suck, but I think the Bears are sick of putting up 30 plus points and not winning. So I think this is their pissed off game, and they're gonna put up maybe 30 to 40 points and kick the shit out of them.
Shoot, I did just realize I don't think it's a guarantee that Justin Fields is playing. Shoot,
Oh,
that
yeah.
changes things. I think he got hurt at the end of the game.
Ooh.
That changes things.
Where's it at, Phil?
It's in New York.
New York.
I'll still go the Bears. I trust him.
I'm going with the Jets. I'm gonna lock in on the Jets. I'm gonna stick with it.
What was the injury? Do you know, Lance?
Look real
Look.
quick. Jets might switch QBs for Bears game. That's the first thing I see.
Ooh.
Bears optimistic that Justin Fields could play.
I think I'm gonna stick with the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going Jets. All right, we have the Falcons and the Commanders. Low key, like I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this one, guys. But the Commanders are kind of playing pretty good.
Both teams are starting to definitely
Yeah.
play well. I got to watch a little bit of the Falcons game, and I had Cordero Patterson and Mariota. They seem to be playing pretty decent. I think I'm going Falcons too.
All right. I'm gonna be the odd dog on this one. I'm gonna stick with Taylor Heineke and the Commanders.
I don't blame you one bit, dude. They're kind of playing pretty good.
This one, honestly, this might be the game of the weekend on Sunday,
It
anyway.
could be, dude. It could be.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right, we got the Bucks and the Browns. I'm feeling the Browns could take this one for some reason.
Tom Brady after a bye week. I can't pick against Tampa on this one.
I'm gonna go with Browns on this one.
I don't blame you taking the Browns though.
I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
Ravens, Jags. Ravens.
You know what? I'm just okay. I'm just gonna say it. I think a little bit of that 13-3 was somewhat on Baltimore too. Their offense. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance. This is gonna be my stupid pick for the week. I'm taking Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville, so
Yeah. Why not? Go Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, the thing is, Jacksonville's defense is they're not like that bad of a defense,
Let's
and
go, Luke.
the Panthers were able to keep them to only 13.
Yeah.
just egging me on. Okay.
Yep. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence.
Luke, who's the better team?
The Packers.
Oh, really?
Historically, uh, I'm gonna go with the home team. I'll do it for you, Lance.
Let's go.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Okay, we got the Raiders and the Hawks, man. I gotta take the Seahawks in Seattle.
I think I'm going Seahawks as well. I want the Raiders to do better because of Devontae Adams, but I don't see it happening this week.
Raiders just I know they beat Denver. They look rough though. I have to go Seattle too.
We got the Chargers and the Cardinals.
Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals on this one.
Ooh,
Interesting.
very
Yeah,
interesting.
That is a very interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think the Chargers are good.
I don't
Well,
think
they're not. They're not good. But did you watch the Cardinals last night? Yikes!
I'll tell you what, man. We were just you. Are you gonna say that the Cardinals looked really bad, because then you're discrediting your point about your 49ers there, buddy.
Well, Niners still put up 38 on them.
I'm
It was the
thinking that
same. Yeah.
you think that the Vikings suck dick now?
No, I'm saying it was the same thing that we were talking about with. Well, yeah. No, let's just move on.
Sorry, I'm egging you on. Okay,
Well, I,
Saints.
I think that I don't think the Chargers are as bad as Lance might be saying. They put the Chiefs to the ringer pretty close.
Well,
last
I'm not saying the Chargers are bad. I'm just saying they're not necessarily good.
Yeah, I'd say that these are both like middle of the pack teams to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Saints and Niners. I think we gotta go with the Niners on this one.
49ers.
Yes, Niners.
All right. Rams and Chiefs. I'm gonna go. They're in Arrowhead. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Doesn't matter where they're at. I'm going Chiefs.
Hell
Yeah, I am too.
yeah, dude. Packers, Eagles. Sorry, Luke. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. It's in Philly.
As am I.
And there's Am.
Shoot. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
Steelers and Colts. I think the Colts win this one.
Jeff Saturday's got the boys rolling. Colts.
Luke?
I kind of want to go Steelers. I don't know why.
Okay.
That's fair. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I mean, they're both kind of around the same area of the NFLs, I would say. Anyway. All right, guys. That's all we picked. We got them all locked in. And that's actually going to be our week for this this podcast. You guys got any closing remarks you want to say?
How
Happy-
about them Cowboys?
For those who are listening, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
Let's ride.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Yep. I appreciate you guys all watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Make sure you keep following us. We're getting close to playoffs here. I'm thinking that we're going to kind of try and do something different for playoffs. Obviously, we got Saturday games during playoffs, don't we?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so those will be starting and whatnot. Obviously, we're not to playoffs yet, but it's coming up, and I'm thinking we're going to change the format a little bit for playoffs just because it's kind of a whole new ball game. So we're going to cook some ideas up, and we'll be prepared for playoffs. So be looking out for that, and make sure you guys have a safe holiday season. And we appreciate you guys logging on, listening in, whatever. So I'm gonna get Craig the fuck out of here.